Hey guys, SPiEkY here for another ranked game. We're joining you now with DrSteve and Necromaster. First ranked game match that I'm recording of the new expansion. Apparently DrSteve here's got some of the new runes, and he at least has this LE of the mud kip. Or sand kip, rather. Yada yada. Guild chat and global chat, of course, are going nuts, as it is with the new expansion. Necromaster here, playing full faction Iron Fist. DrSteve's playing SL, he's playing in sand, apparently. Necromaster's starting off with the two bouncers. Going defensive right off the bat, apparently, or maybe he just knows that they're good, who knows. And his avatar's only level 28, and he's got, well, he's level 99. He might know what he's doing. Who knows? He's a PA against NWO. So we'll see what's going on. He's moving the sand kip up and the doom ball, which now has domain. And violent is, of course, kind of nice. Oh, there's the other doom ball being deployed up there, with punish on that one and domain. Oh, lots of people complaining. Now he's got that bouncer, and he can move it in to attack that doom ball, but I suspect that that was entirely a trap, if you will, kind of baiting him into doing it. I'm just gonna let global go off there. It's just gonna be doing that. I'll check guild every now and then. Oh, apparently Hoobs is playing on one of the newer updated maps, because they've got cool effects, and he's been gone for a little while. Okay, Necromaster now with the Arcanus. Frostcone Flame Strike, moving in with the bouncer, and rather than attacking, going for hold the line. Interesting choice, because that doom ball doesn't actually have to move. Alright, shut the hell up. Good lord. Oh, there is the sand spray. Yep. You might do the burning sand spout. Always 1 AP short of the burning sand spout. Alright. He's moving up with the doom ball over here. Let's see what he does with this one. He might just start wailing into that bouncer. I mean, he's going to have to try and take out a bunch of its health eventually anyways. Let's see what he's doing. Now, he does have to bear in mind that he can't use really so much AoE spells. I mean, he can, but they'll do like 6 less damage, which, I mean, you know, that's a lot less damage. Fuck that noise. That's enough that makes it so that a lot of those spells just aren't efficient for their Nora anymore. Because it'll usually push it to the point where it won't be a finisher many times. There, yep, he's just decided to start wailing into it. Go away. Hurting the bouncer pretty bad. Alright, seriously, what are you doing? Okay. That actually was a good point there, though, that AxeRaiser mentioned. The downtime for this expansion was remarkably fast. It was like, what, just under 2.5 hours for the whole expansion, with, you know, all those patches and those bug fixes and whatnot. That was pretty impressive. Anyways, moving in with the Necromaster here, moving in with the Arcanus, going for the Frost Cone to hit the Mud Kip, Sand Kip, whatever. And the Doom Ball. Oh, snap. Now he's not going to be able to kill anything yet. I mean, you can do you can put a little bit of a hurt on the sand kip there, but it's still alive. It's still not dead. He still has 2 hits with that Doom Ball next turn. I mean, that bouncer's dead, and that thing is just hurt. He's putting a lot of Nora into hurting it. Oh, it would die except for regen. Oh, here comes the attacks there now on the Doom Ball. Ka-dunk and ka-dunk. Or not on the Doom Ball, from the Doom Ball. So one bouncer's down. The other one just has to go down. He's got Violent on that, which is why it does more damage. Plus he has the that thing, Energy Thief and Cull. So I mean he's hitting it with the Punish from that thing, getting rid of its AP, and then smacking it with the Doom Ball for massive damage. It's pretty nice. Pretty slick combo. I'm not sure what he's planning on doing with that sand kip. He can't really do too much with it, but it's still alive. It still needs another attack to kill it. And he already used up his AoE, so he'd have to use a Flame Strike from that or attack it with that. Oh, there's the Terraformer popping down. And the miss because of Sand Blasted. So he's gonna have to use his Flame Strike if he wants to kill that this round. Then there it is. Yeah, but he can't use his Sandstorm because of the Iron Fist bonus there. See, that's why I run Sand Spout personally when I run Sand. I mean, I know a lot of experienced Sundered players will tell you, don't use Sand Spout, it's a waste of a damn slot. And, you know, like on paper they're totally right, but at the same time they're totally wrong. So he's got his Dune's Mana Core here. This got changed. Oh, that's why he's talking about Sandstorm. Wow, that is pretty badass. That would be awesome if it weren't Iron Fist that he was playing against. Oh, Hoobs, you troll. He's got planar dissonance going down, and his opponent's wondering why he's losing AP and taking damage, and they just can't read. Is the big issue. Now I wonder if he's going to go for the Arcanist here, or if he's going to start wailing on that other bouncer. Because he's going to have to take out that other bouncer. And that Arcanist can't, I don't think it can even do anything next turn. Whereas on the other hand, if he starts wailing on it now, then that's a whole turn where it's being wailed on and can't do anything. Okay, so he's moving to engage it. Spreading out the AoE a little, I guess. I mean, he still can just drop an AoE 2 there, but otherwise starting the wailing on the bouncer. So we'll see how Necromaster deals with that. Oh, there is the Farkrag's Tardigrade, which is, I assume, one of those new runes. He's a beast. Ooh, solid health for pretty cheap Nora. Decent damage, speed, defense. Sand Striker, Scour. Oh, that's why his damage is good. Sand Striker. He's got Void Shield, so he's kind of a decent tank with some damage output. Apparently DrSteve here doesn't know the mechanics of the game, because he I'm not sure why. I'm assuming Tremor or Massive Leap was the, or he doesn't have Tremor. Massive Leap then was probably the issue. Now he might move in to take out that Arcanus this next turn. I mean, he'll probably just take out that bouncer because he's got the coal shots on it, but he'll probably have Righteous Deflection up. So better make him. Yeah, that's just so perfectly baited. There's no way that there's not RD on that bouncer. Because, I mean, otherwise, like, come on. Come on. Oh, there he is. He's moving in for the melee attacks. Oh, clever. Now he can... Oh, wow. Manticore's a healer now. That's kind of cool. Oh, what just happened there? Divine Reprisal. There's the Dune Walker, who's all sorts of fun. He'll start tunneling in, I bet. There it is, tunneling in. And now he's going to move in and start wailing on either the Terraformer or the Arcanus, knowing that he's got that Divine Reprisal going for a handful of turns still. There he is wailing on the Arcanus. So now he's in a pretty decent spot. He's got that tardigrade up there in such a way he's threatening that font. He used up his Frost Cone. He'll have a Flame Strike next turn, but he doesn't have it this turn. That Doom Ball isn't... Oh no, it'll be dead because of the chilled effect. Oh, Baller trolling, of course. And we'll see what he's planning on doing, because I wonder if he'll notice that that chilled will actually kill that, because he doesn't have regen. There's the Rock Eater deployed over there. Yeah, Reprisal lasts for ages. Yeah, let's see if I can't find that. Yep, for 8 turns. That's pretty nuts. Now what he'll probably try and do is just use his Energy Thief to get some more AP on that Doom Ball, to keep wailing on that Arcanus. Because if he can take that down, yeah, that's a decent source of damage for him at this point. So I mean, if he just tunnels him on in, there's the Petrifying Gaze. So that'll hold him there for a little bit, I suppose. Oh, yeah, petrifying him until his Divine Reprisal's gone. That's great. Apparently Markoth's getting whooped by Boghoppers. Oh, he's tunneling in with the tardigrade. getting bounced over with the Doom Ball. Smacking the Arcanus. I wonder, does he plan on doing anything besides that? Or was he just moving in? I mean, he can't Frost Cone because he already did. Oh, his auto-pathing on his Tardigrade caused Energy Thief to proc, I think. Or maybe the Doom Ball caused Energy Thief, or... He's whining about the auto-proc, or the auto-path. So that Doom Ball is probably dead, I would say, at this point. He's just going to Flame Strike it. And if not, then he'll just Rock Slide it. There's the Vial of Holy Water on the Bouncer. Yada yada. Looks like a handful of Steve's moves here got countered pretty hard because of stuff like Cleanse and whatnot. Oh, there's the Tremor as well as the Terraform Tremor, rather. Solid move, except that it doesn't hit that Doom Ball. He's still going to have to Flame Strike to kill it. And instead he's Flame Striking the Tardigrade. That's interesting. Interesting choice. Oh, there's the Might of Iron Fist. Or, not Might of Iron Fist, Rugolph's Might to kill the Doom Ball. Which wasn't necessary, but apparently he felt that it was. He probably, yeah, that's exactly like I just was saying there. He probably is just showing off, like, oh, look at that, I know this move, I can do this type of thing. I'm not sure. It's looking pretty rough now for Steve here. He's got his Manticore who can heal, and that's really about it. And then he's got his Walker over here. And he's got his Tardigrade up here, but I mean, it's not... He's in a pretty rough spot. I mean, resistance, you know, those are up, but... You know, he still is surrounded by Terraformer, Rock Eater, and the Arcanus here, who in, not next turn, but the turn after, will be able to start wailing in with that Frost Cone. Of course, the global chat still going nuts, as they tend to do. So, I mean, he's in a rough spot, basically, is the short version of what I'm trying to say. Tunneling over with the Manticore. And Sand Spraying the Arcanus and Terraformer. And there's a Harb. Smacking the Arcanus. Took it down. Slick. So now he's got that Harb on the field too. But he's got the Terraformer, Bouncer, and GRE there to deal with. Which is pretty intense. So we'll see what Necromaster does as a result of his dude getting hurt. He probably... I don't think he can quite take out that Tardigrade. I mean, he can smack it for a little bit with the Rock Eater. And I think he can... Now he can't quite move in with the Bouncer to smack it, but he'd be doing not a lot of damage anyways. See, look, he only did 9 damage total with that pummel from the Rock Eater, so I mean he's still sitting on 13 health. With resistance 3 now, fire and physical because of Void Shield. Apparently DrSteve prefers the regen build on the tardigrade. Smacking it with that, thinking that'll do enough damage. He's only got 14 damage now. They're not sitting at 20 whatever, except for the Underdepths one. But I mean, his tardigrade here is still doing pretty decent. There's the massive leap, not affecting the Harbinger. And he's got his avatar out, which actually may have turned the game. He's gonna probably try and rock slide or something, or no? Just gonna leave it there. I mean, he can't hurt the Rock Eater with it. He can move over and start smacking the Avatar. Or he can pull back, I guess, and do whatever he's planning on doing. Which I'm not sure what he's planning on doing. He could be planning on going for the heal there. Because he can just... No, he can't, because he's engaged as well. Slick. He was gonna go for the heal, but he can't get in range. I mean, he can smack the bouncer with his harb, but I mean, oh man, big whoop. He's gonna tunnel away there. So this right now is basically just serving as a roadblock and a distraction. He's got that monk out too now. We'll see how it fares. He's got regen 3 on that bouncer with the Vial of Holy Water, so blessed as well. So I mean, it's healing 11. Every damn turn it takes damage. That thing just is not gonna want to die. Oh, there's the SPiEkY Vanguard. He's a new one, I believe. Yada yada. He's sitting there, a decent amount of health. SPiEkY Rebel. Lead the charge. Oh, that's kind of cool. The next two guys he deploys have initiative, or have an extra rank of initiative. Went for the speed stat bonus, as well as punishing aura. And he's got tough rank 1 as well. There's the rock slide. And the earthquake. He's going to work pretty hard probably to take out that manticore if he can. There's a tremor. I mean, if he had a massive leap, which he might, I mean, that would be the time to use it. Would be like right over into there, into the font, but I don't think he's got one. And of course, yeah, he's mentioning Terraformer's still pretty baller even after his nerf. But of course, it's the best rune in the game because Sokolov hates Iron Fist. Clearly. Let's see what he's planning on doing at that. Tunneling out. Going for the heal, probably. I mean, he's in a pretty rough spot here. I can't really imagine that Steve's going to win this game. Even though he's making technically 20 Nora more a turn. I still just don't see it happening. Heal there on the Harb. There's another tardigrade. Smacking the Terraformer. Vanguard here not actually able to do enough damage to hurt the bouncer in any meaningful way. I mean, sure, it'll take damage, but it'll just heal it back. Especially with Hold the Line going down. See, he just all he did was give it 1 extra health now. Because Blessed is gonna heal that damage, and then Regen's gonna heal him some more. Yeah, he basically just gave him free damage and HP because of Rock Defiance. He's got 1 extra damage for 3 turns and then some extra health. Starting to move on in. I mean, it's at a point now. Terraformer there getting the Righteous Shield. He's pretty much done at this point. So there's the massive leap that he could have used last turn to greater effect. Let's see if he's got more AoEs or anything. There's Bane Blast. Killing the Manticore, pretty badly hurting the Harb. Of course, complaints about Bouncer, as usual. Moving the avatar around over there. Taking that font, so now he doesn't even have his Nora disadvantage anymore. Shut up, global chat, good lord. But, I mean, really at this point he just has a little bit of pushing through to do. He just has to take out that Harb, the skis, and then eventually take that out, I suppose. And the Dune Walker, Texas Ranger. Alright, that's plenty of that. So we'll see. I mean, I'm really not seeing too much that Steve can pull out of this one. It looks like he's just kind of holding on and stalling out as best he can. Keeping himself in the font just outside of attack range. On that, at least. He'll probably just move that Bouncer in over there, though, and smack the Harb for not enough damage. There's a banner out. Moving the Vanguard off the lava, of course. Spacing is important. He already used his massive leap, so he can't do that again. But he can still move in and attack the Dune Walker if he drops a relic in the font. Oh, there's that. Guild chat going off, of course. And DrSteve is regretting trying out his new runes. Of course. And there's the Tremor. Didn't quite kill the Vanguard, because it didn't push it the way he thought it would, I suppose. It would have been better to push it through the lava. I think it would have done slightly more damage. And of course, Steve here, of course, was expecting Necromaster to be playing some of the new runes, checking some of that stuff out, but he, of course, is just going for good old same old standard Iron Fist meta, because it's tried and true and easy to use. I don't mean that necessarily to sound as mean as I mean it. We'll see what Steve has to say in response to that. Taking out the terraformer, looks like. And he still has initiative on the next thing he deploys. So I mean, he might quickly grab that that globe for that extra little bit of Nora for the deploy. Apparently Markoth's going back to meta, so watch out, guys. It's it's a tried and true proven deck. There's the Skywing Imperator, and it can do any of its bombs or a sand spray. And there's the acid bomb, apparently just hitting the bouncer, not bothering with the rock eater. I'm not entirely sure why, but apparently that is what he wanted to do. Trying to gang up on that bouncer real quick. See if he can't at least do some damage. Protect the Harb. I don't think it's going to work out all that well. But I guess we'll see. He can move in with that GRE. And would have been able to pummel. I guess he can still pummel that. But he's just going to move in and smack the Dune Walker, apparently. Doesn't want to kill the Harb. Not that it can really go anywhere. There goes the Skis of D's. Yep, DrSteve took out too many of his strong runes, apparently, in his deck for some of the new runes instead. Understandable. They're fun, they're new, they're shiny. But, yeah, he thinks that he's lost. I mean, really, at this point, there's not much he can do to turn it around. Shut up, global chat. Good lord. I mean, this guy would have to mess up pretty bad. Oh. Apparently he did make a mistake with his shrine, though, moving it up so close. I mean, if he's got some way of doing, like, percentage-based damage, he might be able to suddenly slam that shrine for tons and tons and tons of, ridiculous bullshit damage. He's moving the tardigrade up. Apparently, he's got Sand Striker. And he's looking regen, and just give him a mantle over running Sand Striker. Is what they're talking about. Oh, he got bounced, so he can't actually grab that globe. Not entirely sure what his move is that he's planning on. Got a bolter out. Hit and rend, flanking. Ardain Zealot. Now, I'm not sure what his plan here is. He might go for a War Leader. For the AP move. Who knows? I think he might just go for the attack. Yeah, he's just going right for the Avatar, seeing if he can't just kick the shit out of it. Moving the Harb around. Ping it. He can't really move it, he's trapped there with that tardigrade and that Imperator. I mean, he moves that direction, he's re-engaged the Imperator, he moves that direction, he's engaged the tardigrade. And he's gonna have to do something about that Harb that he can't get to. He's also got this bolter to deal with. This may actually still be Steve's game. just because this Necromaster just ran his avatar in like that. And if he doesn't do anything, like if he doesn't Divine Shield, for example, then he's just going to power turn next turn and kill it. There's the Earthshaker to not actually do anything. He still is trapped. I mean, really, Divine Shield, yeah, is your best option there. If he had Purge, then he would have been able to get rid of that. That's funny, I was just mentioning that he doesn't run Purge, and of course now he's talking about how he wished he had Purge. But, I mean, he's set up in such a position now. He's not really doing that great. He could still very easily lose this. Necromaster, that is. Because he can't really do much with his avatar there. He can't take out this Harb just yet. I mean, it's really kind of a slick move there. He just has to survive one more round. His avatar does, that is. And he just needs to keep that avatar surrounded. Keep that font contested as well, that helps. Sandblasted. And he's moving in, he's engaged now to that avatar. That avatar's not going anywhere. He just has to not die with his next turn, which I think he's very well capable of. He might be moving... Whoa, what just happened? Oh, Righteous Deflection on that bouncer just hurt his Ardain. That actually put serious jeopardy on his chances of winning this. And there goes the Harb from Defensive Strike. But he still has that bolter there in a good spot, but I think his avatar is dead next game. Or not next game, next turn. I mean, he's got that hive going, which is kind of nice. Getting some of that poison down. Doing a little extra damage. But he's just going to double tap here with his avatar. Attack with the monk, and then attack with the bouncer, and then that thing's dead. Yeah, he even upped his damage on that. He can't pummel. I think he thought he was going to try and pummel, but he can't pummel an avatar because he can't use abilities on him. There's that. He's just going to smack it now with the bouncer to kill it. Kaboom, and there it is. There's the game. It would have ended next turn against the other direction had that not happened. Righteous Deflection saved him. Anyways, that's the game. Got to see some of the new runes. Almost got to see a massive turnaround there right at the end. It was kind of exciting. Hope you guys liked it. You know, watch the next one, etc., etc., so on and so forth. I'll see you next time.